Hello, my dear students of Standard 12. Welcome to Biology First Paper class. How are you, everybody? Hope you all are well and safe. Today, we are going to study a new topic, that is fungi. I think you all have seen this type of organism, and you have also seen a white color cotton-like substance grow on the rotten orange, old jam jelly, or moistened leather, or small umbrella-like structure in the rain wet yard. All these are known as fungi. Fungi is the plural form and singular form is fungus. Fungi are originated from the algae by losing their chloroplast during the last phase of Proterozoic era. About 560 million years ago, scientists estimate that about 1 lakh species of fungi are present all over the world. Though in the old system of classification, fungi were included in the plant kingdom, but in the modern 5 classification system of fungi, it is given in the status of a separate kingdom, that is fungi. Now let's see the definition of fungi. Fungi are heterotrophic, thallophytic eukaryotic organism consists of mycelium and mostly grow on decomposed substance. Here heterotrophic means they collect food from the different organism, and thallophytic means the body of the fungi do not divide it into root, stem and leaf, and eukaryotic means they have well organized nucleus and consists of mycelium. Here mycelium is a fine thread-like structure. The main fungal body structure is the mycelium. Now let's see the characteristics of fungi. They are parasitic, saprophytic and symbiotic. Here parasitic, they depends on the other organism. Saprophytic means they obtain their nourishment from dead and decaying matter. They have no chlorophyll for photosynthesis. That is why they are parasitic, saprophytic and symbiotic. They are unicellular or multicellular. Most of the fungi are multicellular and some of unicellular, like yeast. Yeast is a unicellular organism. Usually their body is made up of mycelium. And you know that the main structure of the fungal body is a mycelium. And most fungi grow on the tubular filaments called hyphae, and interwoven mass of hyphae is called mycelium. Cell wall is made up of chitin, and you know that chitin is a homopolysaccharide, and this homopolysaccharide made up of N-acetyl glucosamine, and chitin is a soft leathery like substance. Now coming to the structure of fungi. Earlier you know that fungal body consists of hyphae, and the main body of most fungi is made up of fine branching, usually colorless threads called hyphae. The hyphae may be septate or aseptate. Everybody see the figure. This one is a septate hyphae because in the figure there is a transverse partition or septation. This one is a transverse septation, and each septation or each compartment contains a nucleus. That is why septate hyphae is also called uninucleated mycelium. Everybody observe the another figure. This one is called cenocytic hyphae because in the cenocytic hyphae there is no septation. That is why each cell contains many nuclei, and this type of hyphae is called multinucleated hyphae. Cenocytic hyphae found in the higher organism and aseptate hyphae found in the lower organism. Reproduction means the process through which an organism produces its offspring is known as reproduction. In the fungi, there are 3 types of reproduction, that is vegetative reproduction, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Fungi reproduces asexually when environmental conditions are favorable, and fungi reproduces sexually when environmental conditions are favorable. In vegetative and asexual reproduction, there is no gamete formation, but it happens in sexual reproduction. One thing you should remember about the reproduction in fungi: when all thallus of fungi are converted into a reproductive cell or gamete, it is called holocarpic fungi, and when fungal thallus differentiated into distinct vegetative and reproductive part is called eucarpic fungi. Now let's see the vegetative reproduction. The hypha breaks up into small fragments accidentally or otherwise. Each fragment develops into a new individual. This type of reproduction, which involves the somatic portion of fungal thallus, and it occurs by the following methods: fragmentation, budding, and fission. Fragmentation. In this process, the mycelium breaks into two or more similar fragments, either accidentally or due to some external force. Each fragment grows into a new mycelium. And budding. The parent cell produces one or more projection called bud, which later develops necessary structure and detaches to grow into new individuals. Budding is common in unicellular forms like yeast. Last one is fission. In this process, the parent cell is split into two equal halves, each of which develops into a new individuals. Fission is a common in the yeast. Now let's see the asexual reproduction of fungi. Almost all fungi reproduces asexually by producing spores. A fungal spore is a haploid cell produced by mitosis from a haploid parent cell. It is genetically identical to the parent cell. Fungal spore can develop into new haploid individuals without being fertilization. These spores of fungi are of following types. These are zoospores, aplanospores, chlamydospores, oidia, and conidia. Zoospores. Zoospores are uniflagellated or biflagellated, thin-walled uninucleated structure formed in zoosporangium. They germinate to give rise to new mycelium. And aplanospore. Aplanospores are thin-walled, non-motile spore produces in sporangium, which after liberation give rise to a new mycelium. This type of spore found in the mucorrhizopus fungus. Chlamydospore. Under unfavorable condition, some cells of hyphae form thick-walled resting-resistant spore, which later separate apart from each other and gives rise to new hyphae on returns to the favorable condition. Oidia. In some fungi, the tip of the hypha can cut off into numerous small pieces with a nucleus known as oidia, and these oidia give rise to new hyphae. Last one is conidia. Conidia are non-motile, thin-walled exogenous spore produces on a conidiophore. They are arranged in chain on the conidiophore. They are arranged in the chain on the conidiophore. After cut off from the chain, the germinate to gives rise to a new hyphae. Now let's see the sexual reproduction of fungi. The process of producing new generation by the union of two gametes of opposite nature or gametengium or nucleus is called sexual reproduction. The sexual reproduction of fungi, like other organisms, involves plasmogamy, karyogamy, and meiosis. So, the process of sexual reproduction in fungi is completed in three distinct phases, that is plasmogamy, And you know that plasmogamy is the fusion of cytoplasm. Karyogamy, karyon means nucleus, so fusion of nuclei is called karyogamy. And meiosis, and you know that meiosis is the reductional division, and through this process the gamete contains half number of chromosome that of the mother cell. The sex organ of fungi is known as the gametengium. Within the sex organ, sex cell or gametes are produced. In higher fungi, sexual reproduction is not well organized or absent. Sexual reproduction is done by the fusion of two gametes. And sexual reproduction is isogamy, anisogamy and oogamy. Here, isogamy, when two gametes of gametengia or of morphologically similar structure unite in the sexual reproduction, the process is called isogamy. In the figure, two gametes are united together, and these two gametes structurally, morphologically same. And second one is anisogamy, when two gametes of dissimilar structure unite in sexual reproduction. This process is known as anisogamy. Everybody see the figure here. One is bigger and another one is smaller. They are morphologically dissimilar structure. And last one is oogamy. When a small motile gamete unites with the large non-motile female gamete, the process is known as oogamy. In the figure, this one is a oogamy. By this process, fungi completed its sexual reproduction. Now let us talk about the genus Agaricus. Agaricus is a saprophytic fungus. Here saprophyte means they take nutrition from the other organism. They grow on cow dung, rotten straw and wood decaying organic substances. They grow single or unitedly in the rainy season. Generally, they are known as edible mushroom. See the systematic position of Agaricus. Agaricus belongs to the kingdom fungi. Division Basidiomycota, class Basidiomycetes, order Agaricales, family Agaricaceae and genus Agaricus. Now let's see the structure of Agaricus. The somatic structure of Agaricus divided into two parts. One is vegetative part or mycelium and another part is reproductive part or fruiting body. Vegetative part, that means mycelium of Agaricus, develops from the primary mycelium of germinating basidiospore. Mycelium has many branched and sub-branches and grow within the moist soil. Here, the below part of the fungus, this one is a mycelium. The hyphae of the mycelium are septate. Septate are white color and take nutrition from the habits. Cells of the hyphae consists of many nucleus. Granular cytoplasm, small vacuole and oily drops. Mycelium of hyphae sometimes aggregate together to form a rope-like structure. This rope-like structure is called rhizomorph. And the above part of the soil, this part is called fruiting body. The fruiting body is the aerial part of the Agaricus. Fruiting body is also known as basidiocarp. Mature basidiocarp look like umbrella, and that is why it is called toads of umbrella. Basidiocarp divided into stripe or stalk and pileus or umbrella cap. The cylinder like this part is called stripe and the umbrella like it is called pileus. Stripe, this one is a stripe. The basal stem or stalk like part of the basidiocarp, it is a stripe. It is cylindrical structure. The lower portion of the stripe gradually taper. A ring-like structure that is present top of the stripe, it is called annulus. This one is a ring-like structure, it is annulus. The central part of the stripe is hollow, and this stripe is composed of sterile hypha tissue. Pileus. The pileus is the cup-like or umbrella-like part of the basidiocarp. The surface of the pileus is fleshy, dry, smooth, white or brown in color. There are numerous leaf-like structures hang on the underside of pileus. This one is called lamella or gill. In the transverse section of the lamella of agaricus, there is present different parts. First one is troma. It is the central fleshy part of the gills and consists of loosely woven elongated hyphae. And another part is subhymenium. The narrow region of both sides of troma is called subhymenium. It is consists of some tightly woven small hyphae. And next part of the subhymenium, it is called hymenium. It is the outer wide region of the gill containing spore-bearing cells of the fungus. Hymenium comprises two types of cell, paraphysis and basidia. Paraphysis are the sterile cell and basidia are the spore-producing cell. This one is a basidia. Each basidium bears 4 elongated sterigmata. This part of the basidia is called sterigmata, and in the sterigmata there is produces many basidiospores, and through the basidiospores agaricus reproduces. Okay everybody, today up to this. Thank you.